Sup everybody, how you guys doing? Deck here right now. We're back with the review video. This is gonna be about The Last of Us Season 2. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys. Now, first off, about the cast and the characters, I thought that they're amazing. Some of them, um, well, technically, I don't have a problem with any of them. I don't know why some people do. And there's one video that says that Abby, the actress that plays the role as Abby, Caitlin Dever, they said that she should have been Ellie. Seriously. I could think of a thousand reasons why she's perfect for Abby and shouldn't be Ellie. Okay, so let's dive into even more further detail. So in season 2, we got to see the site of Jackson. Now, Jackson, it's doing very well, pretty good, and we got to see the patrols and the routes. We got to see small little Easter eggs. We got to see Ellie's ex-girlfriend Kat. Yeah, we got to see a lot of things, and also Jackson. Let's just say that they're overwhelmed by a lot infected into the winter, and that's obviously where uh, Joel actually got killed by the Salt Lake crew. Abby, I'm talking about. So how it happened, all of it was that so there's an attack. It was a crowd of infected, and Tommy wasn't with Joel this time. No, he wasn't on patrol with Tommy. It was actually Dina and Joel that were on patrol, and Tommy was still behind the walls, and he was guarding Jackson, and it was Tommy that was actually, I guess you could say, damn, he's actually a pretty good sniper. But Jesse and Ellie were the ones that are paired up, so we gotta get that factor at the matter is. But what happened to Joel? Well, let's just say that it was kind of a little more brutal than the game. Well, I don't know what to say, whether or not the game or whether or not the TV show like really struck and really like took effect and hurt a lot of us because we all love Joel so much. And yes, it was terrible what happened. And yes, solid crew. I say the characters were on points. They're perfect, but we only got to see appearance of them. Remember that. We only got to see appearance. In season 3, which is already in the making, it's going to be all about Abby. So I was confused in this story. Well, I was confused is about like, I kept on thinking, oh my goodness, this isn't a series. This is only a season that's just popping out. So the season that popped out is just season 2. So we got to see the side of Ellie's story, and I guess you could say everyone who actually died, like the Solid crew. They brought back Isaac from the video game Isaac. Yeah, it's so awesome. That man, he actually plays in the Batman movie, and also he played in the Hunger Games, uh, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, he played in the Hunger Games movie. He's a brilliant, really good actor, and for Isaac playing the role, damn. And seeing the Sarah fights, it was just amazing. Okay, so let me tell you about this. So when they first found out what happened to Joel, they're all in the court, and it was a council and a testimony. So people were giving their little speeches saying that, yeah, I think that we should go after the ones who like killed Joel. There's one woman that said that, no, I don't think we should go after the people that killed Joel. I think that we should like stay here and stay in Jackson where it's safe. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, so Seth, you know, the one that had the altercation with Ellie, Dina, and Joel. Joel pushed them and stuff. It was surprising what Seth actually said. Seth actually wanted men to go out there and get some revenge. He get some get back, basically. Ellie acknowledged that, and she was like, okay, I'd go with that, but she had to write things down, what she wanted to say. If she would have spoke her mind, the council would have said no and stuff. But other than that, uh, we got to see a lot of different Easter eggs. If I could go well into detail with it, especially what happened with Eugene, that's a side-on story. Yeah. So it's really complicated with Eugene, but I'm gonna stick to the main facts and what the story mode wanted us to see. Tommy didn't go to Seattle. No, Maria didn't send Dina and Ellie after Tommy. The thing is that about the council was that they had a vote, and they voted for whether or not they should send some men to go out for justice for Joel. It came out short. It was a no. So Dina and Ellie, they snuck out. I think Seth actually helped them out too. Anyways, it was them. And when they reached Seattle, damn, some of the places were accurate. And just look at Ellie, like her arm, her tattoo, I'm like, damn, that's brilliant. Craig and Neil really did a good ass job creating this series, bringing it to life for all of us, for the Last of Us universe. I'm like, this is so amazing. Did the role Dina, the actress, I believe she was Isabella Merced. She played a good role as Dina, and I could really appreciate that. Jessie, on the other hand, yeah, she did do a good role as Jessie. So the thing is that everything did happen when they're inside the news station. Like when they arrived in the news station, I could tell you that. Damn, those bodies. Oh my goodness, it was exactly just like the game. And then they had run into the subway. They didn't run into a shambler just yet. They ran into a lot of clickers. Then Ellie had to sacrifice her arm and get bits, and Dina already saw it. So I guess you could say when they arrived inside the movie theater, yes, it was exactly just like the game, the movie theater they arrived in. So Dina pointed the gun at her. She was about to kill her, and Ellie said, "I'm immune" and stuff. So, like at that night, Dina was on her guard, like ready about to kill Ellie if she was about to turn. The thing is that Dina was crying. Dina told Ellie she's pregnant. We all remember what happens at the game. Ellie said, "You're just a burden." And Dina was kind of like tearing up, and she laid down on the couch and just went to sleep. No, that didn't happen. They just, I guess you could say, made love. Other than that, Jesse actually came through, and how Jesse came with Tommy, but we didn't see Tommy just yet. It was because Dina is really smart, so she had a map and she was tracking down the WF positions in the radio comms, and she got their location. So they were going to sneak through a factory, but they didn't know that this factory was filled with, I guess you could say, what are they called? Not clickers, but stalkers. There's like not 5, not 6, not 7, not 10, but 13 stalkers. Yes. But Jesse showed up in the nick of time with the M14. How did he get an M14? Assault rifle. He must have killed one of the WLF. So he told Ellie and Dina that he arrived with Tommy, and they're going to meet up like at the bookstore, I guess. So when the WLF were trying to chase them, they chased them through the park. The WLF didn't pursue them, like go through the park. I guess that's where the Seraphites were at. And well, let's just say that the three of them, Jesse, Dina, Ellie, they witnessed what we saw inside the video game, a WLF being hung and with the sickle, like just being in its chest and like stuff falling out. I was like, oh my goodness, we are definitely seeing the Seraphites in action, or the Scars, whatever you want to call them. They're deadly. So the Seraphites, how they live is like, I don't want to compare it to them, but I had to. Craig Neal also did kind of compare it to them. They're like Amish people. That's how they live. They don't like electricity. They don't like gunpowder. They didn't use any guns that much. They don't like the old ways, tradition. The old ways want mean like electronics. Anything electronics? No, 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 no. They like doing it old style, like by hand and crafting things and using melee weapons only, and also bow and arrows, obviously, of course, because Dina got struck with the arrow, and Ellie told Jesse to run back to the movie theater while she'll, I guess you could say, uh, drag off the Seraphites off their tail. But Ellie ran into the hospital. Who were they tracking down? Nora. Ellie was like, I could either go back to the movie theater or I could easily track Nora. Same thing happened inside the video game. It was so epically awesome. I loved it. But the thing that Nora said, yeah, it kind of really did piss me off a little bit too. So she did chase Ellie down into the spores room. The thing is that no one knew anything about the spores at all. Um, how Isaac joined the WLF. Now, let me tell you this. The WLF were only a political group. They were using their voices only for violence. And so, Isaac was a WLF. He wasn't WLF. Get this. He was a Federal soldier. A lieutenant. Yeah! Isaac! I didn't even know this. Even in the lore, when I looked it up, when I did a video on it on the other channel, it didn't even say anything about Isaac being a Federal soldier, let alone a lieutenant. And so, it was their convoy, it was their van. So there's like 6 Federal soldiers inside the van. They're stopped. They're stopped because there's like a tree stump or a car that was blocking their way. And then when they opened up the garage, like the back of the convoy, they saw the WLF. And Isaac basically walked out. He grabbed one of the newbies. Yeah, one of the newbies. And he says, uh, hold on for a second. Let me deal with these wolves. So what happened is that Isaac walked over to the wolves, spoke to them a little bit, and then he told the newbies, stay right here. He walked back to the convoy. He grabbed a grenade off his harness, off his vest, and he threw it inside the convoy and shut the doors and locked it. Yeah, he killed the WLF. Well, not the WLF, the Federal soldiers. He killed them. I keep getting them mixed up, Federal and WLF. So that's how Isaac actually joined the Wolves. Yeah. But it is true, the part where I said inside the video where I got the facts, Isaac was one of the head leaders. He was only the third. They actually executed 2 of them, and Isaac became the main leader. But he is a sadistic, psychotic maniac. And the newbie that Isaac grabbed from the convoy, he's also a sadistic, psychotic maniac. I believe he's like Isaac's his second hand. Yeah, seriously. So that's how Isaac joined the Wolves and became the leader of the Wolves. I'll probably put the video in the description for you guys to learn more about Isaac and who he was. But this was something new, something I never even seen before. I was like, damn, Isaac was a Federal soldier. That's crazy. Okay, so they didn't really have really strong, I guess they community. It was more of like a war between the Seraphites and the WLF. What happened is that kids actually broke the treaty. They don't know exactly who broke the treaty. They blame it on the Seraphites and they blame it on the Wolves that broke the treaty, because it was some Seraphite kids that were taunting some WLF guards. Things happen, both sides, people getting shot at, and the kids died, and some of the soldiers died and started the war. Yep. So other than that, let's go back to Ellie. So we don't see Ellie until she tracks down Nora inside the storage room down below basement B. Was it basement B, I believe? Yeah. She finds Nora. She interrogates Nora. She beats the hell out of Nora with a pipe. Yeah, it's awesome. I know it's like really effed up for me to say, but that's one of my favorite scenes where we could see the dark side of Ellie. Because we never saw the dark side of Ellie. But I believe it's going to be amazing and awesome. But so when she went back to, I guess you could say, the movie theater, um, Dina, she didn't want. She was like bleeding out. Took out the arrow. Jesse was going to give her some alcohol, but she said, "No, I don't want any alcohol." Jesse put two and two together, and when they're going to look for Tommy at the bookstore, Jess says she's pregnant, isn't she? I mean, Dina never refused a shot of alcohol ever, never. And yeah, that's how he found out Dina's pregnant. And he was blaming this all on Ellie, saying that when all this is over, I'm gonna get me and my child out of here because of you and your little Devetta. I was like, damn, you're going uh toe to toe against Ellie, like putting her down and stuff. So what else happened is that they found out that, well, she found out from Jesse, he didn't vote yes to go for revenge after Joel. Yeah, it has a sad story of what Jesse did in the past. So Jesse said this. Well, you know what, I'm gonna save that for another time, another story, because that's a little too long. Let's just say that Tommy was on a killing spree when they heard on the radio, there's a sniper incoming and he's killing a lot of people. Hence, from the game, he made a kill box, a kill zone, and I can't wait to see that. We will be seeing that in season 3. I'll get into season 3 in a moment. I'll get into it in a moment's notice. Okay, so they went off on their own, and obviously Ellie, she went on a boat. She found a boat, and when she was on the boat, she made it to Sirfites Island on accident because it was a tsunami, a wave that hit her boat. And well, we heard a large horn. I guess that was the cause of the war, saying that Isaac and his wolves are on their way to the island to kill all of you. So they let Ellie go. And Ellie was able to reach the aquarium. My goodness. Abby wasn't there. Owen and Mel. It's sad of what happened. Owen shouldn't have made a move. Owen tried to go for his gun. I'm pretty sure Ellie would have let them both live, but all Ellie did was just shot once. She shot Owen, I believe, in the chest, and Mel, she nicked her in the neck, and she was dying out. And she found out that Mel was pregnant, and as Mel was dying, she told Ellie, basically, give me a C-section. Ellie didn't know what to do, and Ellie was crying. She said it was an accident. Like, I don't know what to do. Mel ended up inevitably dying. So other than that, Jesse, Tommy finally found Ellie, and they brought her back, and they went back to the movie theater. And yes, that's when we found out that Jesse, he ended up getting shot in the head, and Jesse's down, and Abby, some reason why, I don't know how she tracked down um, them, like Tommy, Ellie, Dean, and Jesse. And it's weird. I don't know how she tracked them down. She must be a real good tracker. Lev wasn't with them. We didn't even see Lev. No, I didn't see Lev. Not when Abby had the gun up to, I guess you could say, Ellie. Anyways, after that, the screen went black, and then when we woke up, we were at the Wolves Stadium. Yep. And we saw Abby just looking out the window, just like the game. So epically awesome. I would give this a straight 9 out of 10. It was a pretty good series. What do you guys think of it? I sure did. Hella liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys need to subscribe to the channel as always. And yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.